we have here? A good old Washington Commanders loss. That's right.
Shotgun. Daniels. Fake the handoff. And Troy back in the end
Man, looked like the Commanders just couldn't get it done.
Daniels on 4th and 9. Delivers it. Shotgun. Daniels. Fake the shotgun. Shotgun.
Go back.
Shotgun. 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 Daniels. Fake the handoff.
Anyway.
Back in the end zone.
Commanders. Let me see if I can just go towards the end right quick. Right around here. Yes. So, as you see, the Commanders lost. I call them frauds, man. You know why? Because they just haven't proven themselves. Now, on this play, where, they didn't make the first down, why didn't they just throw the Hail Mary, just like they did the week before, You talk to any Commanders fan, they act like, that Hail Mary play is something that they work on, they perfected. It has nothing to do with luck. It's all about execution. Why didn't they throw the Hail Mary pass in this play? So, people keep talking about referees making bad calls, but normally bad calls are made when they make a call and there's no review on it or anything like that. In this case, they reviewed it. They called a timeout. They had their people in New York look at it, had their people in on the field look at it, and the other little review team, and they said it came up short. So I'm not sure how they can make a bad call after a review. But anyway, this is the reason why I call the Commanders frauds. They haven't beaten a team over 500. Now, they did beat Chicago, but in my book, they didn't. Everybody know they lost that game. They lost that game. They won by a lucky old ass Hail Mary. Okay? So in my eyes, I believe they played Tampa Bay, had a winning record, or at least they was good, and they lost. They played Pittsburgh, had a winning record, and they lost. And they played Chicago, had a winning record, and they lost. So they haven't played many good teams for starters. And the reason is because I guess a lot of people don't know about how football and NFL works. But the sorry you are, the easier your schedule is. Strength of schedule is a real thing in the NFL. Okay? So, Commanders have the second easiest schedule in the league. That's why they've been playing all these bum teams. Like all these teams they've beaten, if you take a look at them, only had, especially at the time that they beat them, only had 1 or 0 wins. Okay, they just played Giants game, but they had 2 wins. Okay, but when they beat them the first time, they had 1 win. But that's just the facts. So their quarterback is looking good, but all he's done is beat up on badass teams. Anytime it comes to an over 500 team, they lose. And I'm putting Chicago in there because they won on a luck ass play, a P. Diddy style Hail Mary, and also right now, Chicago has a losing record. So. Everybody wants to say that their quarterback is good, Jaden Daniels. I get it. Now, he is a decent quarterback. He's playing well, but he hasn't won anything. We can't crown him yet. So, look at your greats. And I don't want to go overboard, but I'm just thinking of the top names because some of y'all don't know about football, might not even recognize quarterback. So, look at Aaron Rodgers. Look at Pat Mahomes. Look at Tom Brady. Now, would any one of these quarterbacks be considered great? I'm not even talking about winning Super Bowls. Would any one of these quarterbacks be considered great if they never beat a team with a winning record, or if they never beat a team that had a good quarterback? Okay, you wouldn't call them great. Like, if they can't beat a team with a winning record, how can you give Jaden Daniels any type of accolades? He's been performing very well, but he's been doing it against a whole bunch of bum teams. Now, I'm not saying he's stinking it up when he plays the good teams, but he's not winning. So I just don't know how you can put Jaden Daniels on a pedestal right now when all we've seen him do is mop the floor against very bad teams. These are just the facts. Okay? And then like the team they beat with the lucky Hail Mary is Chicago. They have the easiest schedule in the league because they were the worst team in the league last year. And the Commanders were the second worst. So you had two teams who had bloated records because both of them were playing garbage teams. Okay? So that's why you really can't give them credit for that win. They beat them by luck. They struggled. I mean, they only beat the Giants by a few points. Like they're not even dominating. Well, they did dominate a couple bad teams, but they definitely didn't dominate any type of good team because they lost. Okay, now if you talk to a fan, they're gonna say, "Hey, we held in there, such and such and such and such." But they are frauds. They have a good record by wins losses because they had the second easiest schedule in the league. This is facts. And they beat every bum team. Like they won the games they were supposed to win. Like when you play a team that has 0-1 win, you're supposed to beat them, and they did do that. So all their stats were padded. So I've been waiting all season to see what they really are. Like I was gonna give them respect if I give them respect because they turn it around, but I won't give them props as a good team until they beat some good teams. Now if they would have beat Pittsburgh and they would have beat Eagles this Thursday, couple days, I give them props, okay? Because they haven't been tested, and they probably won't be tested until they sneak into the playoffs. But the first test for the Pittsburgh, they lost, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose to the Eagles. Now, if they lose to the Eagles and they already lost to the Pittsburgh, are you still saying they're a real good team just because they got a bunch of wins against some bum ass teams? Jaden Daniels still hasn't beaten the team for a winning record. How can you crown a quarterback like that? So it's no hate on this side, although I don't like the Washington Commanders. I never liked them. But people pumping them up. Like, they done well as in getting 7 wins, whatever it is, because I think they only got, 4 wins last season. So they turned it around. Congrats. But if you live in I'm in the DMV area, okay? So most people around here are Washington fans because this is Washington area. Washington's part of DMV. And these fans are going crazy. After win number 4, they were talking Super Bowl and all this and that. They hadn't even beat anybody. They just been beating bums. Okay? Every time it comes to a tough team like the Ravens, Pittsburgh, they lose. I think Chicago came in 4-2. So technically, they were the winning team, but they got the easiest schedule in the league. They hadn't beaten nobody either. And Chicago had them beat. But they gave up a bonehead luck-ass Diddy play, Hail Mary, and they won. I can't give you credit for that win. I just can't. Because it's just a bunch of luck. Okay? All the people try to argue me, talking about, yeah, man, it's a lot of skill. You gotta throw the ball up in the right air and hang it up just right and have your man do the right. No, man, it's fucking luck, man. If it's really all like that, like I said, in this game right here, you're looking at Pittsburgh and Washington. Why didn't they just throw the Hail Mary? Go run the same play and, get your man in position and execute properly and win the game. Why try to get a little freaky first down? Just throw the Hail Mary. It's an actual play that y'all run and y'all can execute it, and it don't have nothing to do with luck. Run the Hail Mary. But of course they're not going to do that because they know it's a bunch of luck. So they've only beaten one team over 500, which is the team that has the easiest schedule in the league because they were the worst team last year, and they beat them by luck on the last play by Hail Mary. Any other good team they lost to, they haven't played a lot because, again, they got the second weakest schedule in the league. They haven't been tested. They didn't get tested till Pittsburgh. They will get tested against the Eagles, but normally I don't really count those games as being tested because they're in the same division. So when you play Dallas, they're probably going to lose to Dallas, and Dallas is not a good team right now, of course, but they're probably going to lose to Dallas, not because Dallas is good, but because they're in the division, and they're always going to play them tough, okay? But I'm talking about outside of the division. They can't beat nobody, or they haven't. So I mean, just I want somebody to debate me on that. If you think the Commanders are a real good football team, tell me who they have beaten. Please don't sit up here and say Chicago Bears, who currently have a losing record, and you did a luck play to beat them. Who have they beaten? That's how you determine good teams. You know, look at Kansas City. They beat everybody. Look at the Ravens. They beat good teams. Okay, even the Cowboys beat Pittsburgh Steelers. The sorry ass Cowboys beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So just let that sink in. The stinking Cowboys beat the Steelers. This team that you think is so super duper great lost to the Steelers. The same team. So they are frauds in my book. And Pittsburgh beat them, so they still frauds. And when Eagles beat them, they're going to be super frauds, okay? Because all they doing is padding their stats on bum-ass teams. And they still got a couple more bum teams to play. They probably win those. They probably sneak into the playoffs. But they're going to be one and done. And just a little funny NFL trivia. Do you know the last time the Washington Commanders had won a playoff game? And they always want to talk trash about, especially about Dallas. You know, they can't stand Dallas, but Dallas was 12 and they had 12 wins last 3 years in a row, went to the playoff, even won a playoff game. Like, the Commanders haven't even had a winning season in like 6-7 years, but they want to talk trash about other teams. Like, just the first year they can do it. But I'm talking about last year when it was 4-13, they want to talk trash. Year before that, they like I said, they haven't had a winning record since I think 2016. Okay, a long ass time. They want to talk all this trash. It just doesn't make any sense that they be talking trash while they down. Like, this year is the only time they can talk trash because they are winning. Cowboys doing bad in their division. Okay, but they always been out of pocket. But anyway, the question was, when is the last time Commanders won a playoff game? Not been to one, but won one. You know, Dallas did it year before last and year before that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Commanders haven't won a playoff game in 19 long years. That's how long they've not been relevant. That's why these fans right here in the DMV are going crazy, because it's been 19 years since they won just a playoff game. And we don't want to talk about Super Bowl because I think it's like 32 or 33 years since they won a Super Bowl. Some of y'all listening probably weren't even born when they won a Super Bowl. But anyway, that's my take on the Washington Commanders. And I dare y'all to debate me when I say they are frauds, when I say they're not proven. Just tell me who they have beaten to make them have a good team. I mean, if you want to look at the stats, okay. Because Jaden started off, I think he had like an 85% completion rate. You know, he was doing swell against these bum teams. But these last 3 games, 2 against winning teams and 1 against a bum team, he only done like 50%, somewhere in the 50% range of completion. He done dropped off. So he's not stinking it up. He's not turning the ball over. But he has degraded a bit. And for him to be a good quarterback, in my mind, you got to beat those teams with a good record. He hasn't done that yet. Has not done it yet. I don't know when he's going to do it. He's not going to do it against the Eagles. Anyway, I'm out of here. Leave a comment. Just be respectful in your comment, but you can say what you want. But like I said, I come with the facts. I come with the evidence. They haven't beaten a team with a winning record except for Chicago. And if you're going to sit up here and say they're a good team because they won off a lucky Hail Mary, you're not a real football fan. You're just a fan, but you're not a fan of actual real football, because you know you don't go around counting on winning games on a goddamn Hail Mary. Or they would have did it in this game. And, you know, not worry about a first down. They threw the Hail Mary if it's a regular play that gets, you know, a good percentage of completion, but I think only like 3% of Hail Marys are completed. So it's definitely luck. But most of these Commanders fans can't admit it was luck. But I ain't gonna hold you. Just let me know in the comments. Subscribe while you at it.